Hey guys, this is Robinats1 here, doing the comic book show for episode 2, really. So this is a show where I do, all of the recent comic book shows that have come out. And I just share my overall opinions of that episode. So we're gonna start off with Gotham. So yeah. So Gotham, this episode was pretty good. Gotham is always my second favourite show that comes out. Although Gotham is just basically a glorified soap opera, I always enjoy Gotham. Whereas some of the other shows, I tend not to enjoy quite so much. So Gotham is always my second favourite show. And this episode was pretty good. Gotham has always had its way with its villains. It manages to establish the new villain, the Mad Hatter character, pretty well. It explains how the Mad Hatter character became, this dark character that he becomes. And I thought he was pretty okay this episode. We see Jim Gordon just struggling with the fact that he wants to go kill himself. And that aspect I didn't enjoy so much. I think at this point, Jim Gordon is no longer the Jim Gordon that we know in the comic books. Him not acting like a cop is really annoying. He's this bounty hunter who's just down on his luck. And I think we need to sort of get back to re-establishing Gordon on the road to becoming the commissioner. And the main problem is with Gotham is the fact that they're trying to stretch a storyline 7 seasons. And I think the problem is there's very little backstory on what stuff was like before Batman. Gotham is interesting when Batman is in the picture. Gotham is not interesting before Batman. And the problem is we're seeing a Gotham before Batman has come in to establish all of these villains and establish all of these threats. And I'm afraid that's really the downfall of the show. And whilst it continues to be of great quality, far often than not, I think the show's ultimate demise is the fact that there is never gonna be a Batman in this story. And the universe has basically butchered a lot of his stories. But I did really enjoy the episode. And the bit that I particularly liked was Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle. These two child actors just have such a great chemistry. They're the most adorable people ever. And I think, and those of you who know and follow the channel, I have said that Selina Kyle, Catwoman and Batman are basically one of my favourite couples in comic books. And this is of no exception. I really, really do like this couple together. And I hope that we see that sort of become a thing at the end of the series. That we actually do get to see Catwoman and Batman go off together. Because they're just adorable. So, the next show is Supergirl, I think. Yeah, Supergirl. This episode was a blast. This episode was really, really good. Tyler Hoechlin as the new Superman did such a great job. He really, really did. He was just an awesome, awesome character. And so basically in this episode, a plane goes down, and Supergirl and Superman basically rush in to go save this plane. And this leads to a bit of a team-up between the two, as the two investigate how this ship crashed. And basically, it's revealed that Lex Luthor is trying to assassinate his sister. And it's really, really cool. Tyler Hoechlin did such a great job as Superman. And it's a very pre-New 52 Superman as well. And that I really, really liked. I really, really liked the fact that it's a pre-New 52 kind of version of the character. And I think a lot of people are going to see the differences between the movie version and this version, which I think is going to be really, really great, because the new version is kind of like the New 52 character, and this version is kind of like the pre-New 52 character. So it sets up a bit of a difference between the two universes. And I thought this one was really, really cool. So, yeah. And what I also liked about this episode was Superman didn't really take over the Supergirl show. It was still very much a Supergirl show. And, Supergirl was still the main player in her own show. And I thought that was great, because she can share that chemistry with Tyler Hoechlin, but also it's not a battle of the sexes thing. It's not one character overshadowing another. They were both equally great, and this is a very, very good starting position for the CW to basically own this show. So I was really happy with that. Agents of Sheild was great. I really liked Agents of Sheild. So basically, in Agents of Sheild, there is an attack going on with the Inhumans. And basically, someone has got access to the Sokovia Accord registered superhero list. And it's basically going after superpowered individuals. And this is exactly what Captain America was afraid of. He was very afraid that someone would get access to these records in some way. And I really, really liked that aspect playing out. I thought that we didn't get very much of Ghost Rider or Daisy this episode, but what we did get to see was pretty good. But more importantly, is Sheild is re-established as a thing. Sheild got re-established as a agency again. And what was interesting was that we didn't see Phil Coulson at the helm. And the reason why we didn't see Phil Coulson in the helm was because Phil Coulson is believed to be dead. I think that would have been a great way to reveal that Phil Coulson is alive and bring this show back to relevancy. At some point, I do believe this show needs to be reacquainted to what's going on in the Marvel Universe. And that means we need to see more tie-ins between the movies and the shows. And I think we need to start seeing a more established universe. Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for the longest time has felt very detached. And I hope we're on the way to reconnect the dots again in time for Infinity War. So the next one is Arrow. Arrow was good. It was a good second episode for Arrow. Frankly, I don't have an opinion on this episode. Just that it was good. Really about it, really. So what happens in Arrow is basically Arrow is basically teaching some new recruits to become vigilantes, getting a new team together so that he can help safeguard the Arrow world thing, Star World planet thing. Yeah, in all seriousness, guys, I'm not particularly that enthusiastic about the new team. I'm excited to see Artemis. I'm excited to see, that's really about it, really. Yeah, I don't have very much of an opinion. Sorry, Arrow fans, but I don't have an opinion. The Flash episode 2, I do have an opinion, and that is great that we're having repercussions for the fact that Flash essentially broke time. Bad that Flashpoint only ended, only quite literally ended with 2 episodes. That sucks. And it didn't even end with 2 episodes. It ended with 1 episode. And the reason why that sucks is because nothing was established at all. I felt like Flashpoint needed to have all of the CW universes, and it needed to be a whole year thing. And I think Arrow would have benefited from it. Yeah, I think Arrow would have benefited from it. Legends of Tomorrow could have been investigating it. Supergirl could have been brought into the Earth 1 into the Earth 1 universe. And we basically could have re-established this universe, like a soft reboot that could have fixed Arrow and fixed Legends. And we didn't get that. Yeah, I think the problem is with Flashpoint is it was too rushed, and yeah, great that we're getting repercussions for that, but it just felt rushed. And this episode with Barry trying to fix everything back to the original status quo doesn't really work for me. I thought that the guy who plays Draco Malfoy was really, really good. Really interested to see where his character goes. And Dr. Alchemy seems like a great villain. But I wasn't particularly too happy with the way this storyline went. So Legends of Tomorrow was... How can I best put this? I hate time travel. There you go. And the reason why I hate time travel is because, like with Flash, all your problems can either be fixed through time travel, or your problems can start with time travel. Time travel is just a very, very difficult plot device to use and make into a story. Just look at the Terminator franchise, who have spent the past 3, 4, 5 movies, I think. Yeah, they've spent the past 5 movies basically trying to use time travel as a plot device. And time travel, like, shows that depict sex as the main storyline is very, very hard to do. And the reason why I put time travel in the same vein as I do sex, simply because it complicates storylines. And Legends of Tomorrow is a very complex storyline, but it's too comical. I mean, the show, basically, when it started, was just, it's too comical. It's very, very hard to take seriously. And the reason why I have a problem with that is because when you look at the Flash and Arrow universes and how dark they're getting, you then have just this fun, comical universe. It just doesn't click with me. I think we need to see more costumed fights, and we need to see more meaning in this storyline. But other than that, I didn't think the episode was all that bad. It's very Doctor Who-ish. It's very much like Doctor Who. Okay, I'm gonna leave it off there. Sorry if the review seemed a bit scatterbrained. It's very, very hard to quite remember all the different aspects to the shows. But overall, the week wasn't too bad for comic book shows. They were just all a bit lackluster. Okay, guys, I shall see you next week for some more comic book show reviews. Bye.